Boom.
Hello and welcome back to the Mind Your Business podcast, where we don't mind our business, but you should probably mind yours. We're workshopping the intro.
Still,
yeah.
What's your name?
My name? My name is Dylan.
My name is Jen.
Jontavius.
With a T.
Good enunciation.
Thank you.
I should really work on my enunciation.
It sounds fine.
It's a constant struggle for me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm always conscious about it.
Interesting.
Well, try to be.
Didn't know that about you.
Yeah. I have a fear of being a mumbler.
You could have been a mumble rapper.
I can't talk fast enough to rap.
I feel like they're high or drunk. Wouldn't matter.
And that loosens them up to be able to, like...
No, I'm saying they don't care.
Rap fast?
No one else cares. I don't think it's supposed to be fast. I've never listened to mumble rap.
I feel like a lot of mumble rap is, like, faster. Well, and not even that fast, just fast compared to what I could, like, do.
Maybe. I'll look into it. We'll talk about it on the next episode.
Gotcha.
Look forward to the next Mind Your Business episode where we'll talk about mumble rap.
About mumble rap.
I'm excited to learn.
We can all put mumble raps together.
You can, and we'll listen and judge you. Help you overcome your fear.
Yeah.
Speaking of overcome fears, what a terrific segue.
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
What have you done recently, Jontavius?
We're dying to hear about it.
Nothing that incited fear.
No, it didn't incite fear, but what did you do recently?
I went speed dating.
Nice.
That's very exciting.
Oh, and we were just talking about fast, too. And speed dating? Fast, speed?
Fast.
Wow, we're making a lot of connections right now.
So many.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
use words for us and tell us about your speed dating experience. Where was it?
Lion Creek Bar in Peachtree City.
Was it nice?
It was cool.
Cool? Good
You
vibe.
had fun?
How many people were there?
6 women, 6 men.
Oh, yeah, that's not very good odds at all. I always imagine, like, in the movies, there's, like, 25 people at least.
Nah.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
So, for the record, John Davis is the single one of the group.
Yes.
The rest of us have chained ourselves to someone.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're very excited to hear about the experience.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a good Reddit to read
Yeah.
for more fun, but yours is more important.
Absolutely. Did they supply food, or was it just you pay and you get to show up and you get to interact with these other people?
There was a sub.
Just one sub?
There was a platter.
A sub platter?
Yeah, I don't know if that was one sub or...
Was it like pub subs, or was it?
No.
I didn't read the container.
Well, usually you see a pub sub and you know it's a pub sub.
I don't think it was a pub sub.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow. Yeah, this is a
Well, it should
subpar
have been.
speed
So
dating
that's
event.
strike one.
Strike one, no pub subs.
On the event.
Strike two, only 6 participants.
Yeah.
I mean, 12 total.
Yeah,
6
but-
women, 6 men.
Yeah,
Yeah, but did you hang out with the men or
6 participants that you could
1 in 6 chance?
potentially...
It's not a lot. I feel like they
At
could have
least
done
for
25.
you were gunning for a female companion, you know, so, I mean, that's 6 chances. It's not very high. When in the movies, they have, like, 25.
Was there anybody that stuck out? You said you had 2 that you kind of liked, or
I mean, everyone I talked to was nice. There were... I think I chose 4 or 3 of them. But they did not choose me, so we did not match.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like unless there's something real wrong with somebody, just choose everybody and see how it goes, right?
Yeah,
I
but-
mean,
I thought about that, but there were a lot of friends there, and that was weird.
Like, your friends were there?
No, like...
oh, like the
Their
girls were friends.
Yeah.
Were they, like, hanging around while y'all were talking?
Yeah,
What
they
the-
came there together.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a terrible event. I wouldn't go back. I would find a different one.
I feel like the organizers didn't have any control over it.
I feel like they could have.
Okay.
Didn't you go through an approval process?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm friends with the girl who applied 5 minutes ago.
Well, maybe they need to ask that. This is some
Yeah.
feedback.
There needs to be a checkbox.
There does. Are you friends with anybody else who's going? Because
Yeah.
we don't want you being all weird. Well, he likes you. Well, nuh-uh. He likes me. And,
Just
strike
Wow.
7.
maybe this was their first one, or maybe it was fake. and you're the only one that paid, they're like, we're going to get $25 out of this dude.
That's a lot of effort to go through for $25.
But if they're already going to be at, the bar, why not?
Were any of them drinking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I
it's
think I
not a
was the
bar.
only one who wasn't.
That's probably
Did
why
you-
they didn't choose you.
Well, I was honestly kind of wondering that.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that that's a bad thing that you don't drink, but
They're like,
a
wow,
lot
this
of
guy's
people,
a prude.
we don't really drink either, and I think a lot of people assume that you're an AA, like that you have a real problem that they can't get involved in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People need to stop judging people who just don't drink because they don't want to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can have fun
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, should we hear about the dating over 30 Reddit
Absolutely, we should.
subreddit?
I do want to say my favorite part of the event was after the event when I got a pizza that my mom ate 1/3 of.
And
Where
then
did you get the
didn't
pizza
get her
from?
anything for Mother's Day because you were so upset with her.
I think
You
I
didn't
took
get
her
your
out to
mom
eat.
anything for Mother's Day?
I took her out to eat.
I asked her what he was doing for her for Mother's Day, and he said she already got 1/3 of my pizza. She doesn't get anything else.
I said that, but that's not what happened. We went to Saki. I paid.
Well, that was nice of you. That counts.
I'm a good son who got 1/3 of his pizza stolen. I was looking forward to that pizza in the morning.
Where was it from?
Pizza 360. It's a food truck. They're amazing.
I've seen it. Never had it.
Delicious. Missing out, bro.
Made you turn 360 degrees when you took a bite of it?
Made me turn 360 degrees and leave the speed dating event. It's like, what time is it?
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
They
Pizza.
put that next to the funnel cake food truck, I'd have a problem.
Yo,
Yeah.
pizza and funnel cakes.
Just roll me home.
Yeah. Are y'all sure we want to go to Saki and not hunt down the funnel cake truck?
Down Chelsea.
Yeah.
Top it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Funnel cakes.
Yeah. Okay.
She's great. All right. Well, cute Queenie tried speed dating for the first time last night. I don't think that it was the same one as you, but you can tell us if you think anything sounds familiar.
What if it is? That would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
When was this posted?
6 years ago.
Like, not the same event.
You never know. They could have put in the wrong date.
Well,
Okay.
the first line is TLDR. It's like Tinder with no ability to left swipe. I find that funny. And it's true, right? If you don't. But how long was the segment? How long did you talk? 2 minutes?
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Wow, that's a long time.
Well, it's a long time if they're weird
Yeah.
in a way that you don't appreciate.
Yeah.
Everybody's a
I mean,
little
I
bit
guess
weird.
you could just get up.
That would be so bad. Can you imagine being the person who got somebody to,
Stand
or
up.
like, ugh, and they just walk by?
Yeah.
They don't even sit down. I feel like you have to have more manners than that if you're going to participate in an event like that.
Yeah, there's a checkbox for that saying, I will not stand up.
There wasn't.
No.
So for the past year or so, I've been gently trying to encourage a friend to get back out there after a pretty devastating breakup of a long relationship 2 years ago. She hasn't been ready, but a few months back, she told me she was interested in trying speed dating. She didn't want to go by herself and asked if I'd go with her. So of course I said I would. The event we signed up for was canceled due to lack of signups. That's probably why they only have 6 people.
See, they probably should have done that with yours because that's not enough people.
Then canceled again and again. Fast forward 3 months and we finally signed up. At that point, I'm in an exclusive relationship, but I didn't want to abandon my friend, and the guy I'm dating said he was cool with the whole thing, so I just went ahead. So this is, again, violates the having your friend with you
Yeah,
and making it
that's-
awkward for the guy.
Yeah.
We showed up to this bar and were given a little sheet of paper with lines to write people's names plus an ID number and columns to rate them. Did you rate people?
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
Did you give anybody a 10?
It was a yes or no.
Oh, that's not rating. That's just saying yes or no.
At the bottom of the sheet, you could list 5 people you were interested in matching with. We were told that mutual matches would be set up via email. Everyone then sat down across from each other and started talking. After 7 minutes, the host announced the end of the date, and all the men got up and shifted down one. There were a total of 5 guys and 6 women at the event. The 5 guys appeared to range in age from mid to late 20s up to 40s or early 50s, hard to tell. A few of the folks had been on multiple speed dating events. Of the 5 guys, only one was a person I would have right-swiped on a dating app. It was kind of hard to concentrate on what your date was saying because you could hear all the other conversations to your left and right.
See, I'm so damn nosy, I'd be listening.
The weirdest thing was hearing guys use the exact same lines with the women on your left and right. Come on, dudes. It's kind of hard to run that game when all the dates are lined up a foot and a half apart.
Yeah, that's
Did you
not
use
very
any good
bright.
lines?
No.
So, how did you open it? Like, what was your opener?
Hello, my name is Jontavius. What's your name?
But after the formality of like, hey, this is my name, what's your name? Okay, cool. What'd you say?
I just asked questions about them.
Were they different questions, or was it the same question each time?
Different questions.
Did they ask you questions?
Yeah.
Did you give one-word answers like that?
No.
Probably.
No.
Overall, this doesn't seem like a great use of time. I think we are all agreeing with that. I spoke with one woman before the whole thing started about how she preferred speed dating to online dating because you get to evaluate chemistry in person and could hear the person's voice. But I think
smart.
Online dating is a much more efficient use of time. The chemistry evaluations I made in person 100% aligned with the swipe decisions I would have made on an app. Plus, on apps, you know you already have mutual interest with a person by the time you start messaging and go on a date. That's not the case for speed dating events. In all, it took about 40 minutes to speed date 5 people, and only 7 minutes were spent with a person I found engaging. It would have taken me about 40 seconds to left swipe 4 people, and probably 10 or 15 minutes of cumulative time to text enough with the 5th guy to set up an actual in real life, or realize that we're not well matched. Curious whether anyone else has tried this and what they thought. Would you do it again?
Sure.
If there was a bigger pool
I wouldn't know the pool.
and there was pub subs.
I wouldn't know. I'd even, are there going to be pub subs?
Yeah.
How many women have already signed up?
Yeah. These are the questions you need to be asking before.
I probably would have been rejected.
If you asked if there was
Yeah.
pub subs.
There was, so we had to do like bios, like, what are your likes and dislikes? I didn't write a lot. But they put them on the wall. And when I got there, I was like, oh. And there was one with like 2 sentences. I was like, is that me? I was like, no, that's not mine. Someone wrote less than me.
Thank God.
You just want to be right in the middle, right?
Yeah,
not
middle ground, not a
not 3
paragraph.
pages.
There were some pretty long ones. But a lot of them were like, I want a man with a similar faith than me. I want one dude, he was like, I have 2 kids. I want a woman who stays at home and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
It's like, I wonder who this dude is.
Yeah.
I never figured out.
You couldn't suss it out just by appearances.
I only talked to like 2 of the dudes. They seemed nice. But yeah. But after reading a couple of the bios, I knew I wasn't going to do well. It's like, I'll just stick it out. Let me see.
Well, you didn't have any red flags, right?
Me?
Yeah, in your bio. Like, I feel like the guy who wants 2 kids and wants a stay-at-home mom who's just going to sit
Yeah,
there
that's some red
is-
flags. He just
Some girls are looking for that.
There was one lady, we didn't match. I told her I bake, and she seemed really into that. So maybe she said yes to me, but I didn't say yes to her, so who knows? She was cool, people.
Yeah, man, you messed up. You should have just said yes to everybody.
Can you email the organizer and be like, hey, I want to say yes to the bacon lady?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Not bacon lady, but baking lady.
Baking, yeah.
I should have enunciated better.
Mhm. Yeah. Or just added the G.
Do you feel better correcting her?
No, I was just trying to be funny.
Okay.
One of the comments on this is the best trick. These events always end at a bar. Just show up at the bar coincidentally. These people all have conversation starters stuck to their shirt and the name tag, and you can strike up a conversation about all the stupid name tags and what's going on. I almost did this, but my one friend couldn't make it. We were going to go there and hit on any person we found attractive. That's a really smart idea.
Because then you don't pay the $25 and not get a pub sub. And you get to just kind of...
Be a creepy lurker.
Well, not even that. I'll go with you. I'll drink the beer. Because you don't drink, obviously. That way it's not
But
weird
you're
that you're
associated
just
with
standing
people
there.
who do drink. Because again, if you're in a program, some people have a hard time with that. Maybe they have past trauma of dealing with people with addictions, and it's not good, so they don't date people who have that trouble. But they assume that you have that trouble if you don't drink. They do.
I mean, I went to a bar, though. I feel like...
If you don't go to a bar and you're not drinking and you're the only one there, it's pretty creepy. But if you're
Or
there
sugar
with
water.
like, if you're there with friends, and everybody's drinking, and you're not drinking, it's no big deal. You're just hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
But if you're at a bar by yourself, not drinking, it's weird.
I mean, we weren't at the bar though. We were like in a separate room. Whatever. I knew me going to a bar, I wasn't gonna meet anybody else. Probably gonna.
I don't think
Chop up.
it's weird for you to be at a speed dating event not drinking. But I'm just saying, if you were gonna try their tactic of
Oh,
like
no.
just hanging out and trying to swoop in and you weren't drinking, that's weird.
Yeah. This guy's a predator.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I don't know.
the
I think
vibe.
it's kind of a creative idea if you can manage to do it without looking creepy.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's
Yeah.
a great idea.
It is.
But if you're by yourself not drinking at a bar, it is very like predator looking.
There weren't a lot of attractive women there before the event started. I did sit in the bar area.
Scoped it out.
Yeah, it's like, am I in the right place?
You could drink mocktails.
I
Gotta
like a
pay
good
for that.
mocktail. You do, yeah. That would be extra in the faux pub sub that you already paid for, and you'd have to spring for an additional drink.
They did give me a drink ticket.
Yeah, you could have got a Shirley Temple.
You could have given it to the girl you liked the best.
Yeah,
You don't think that would have been creepy?
that would have been creepy. Yeah,
Hey, do you want my drink ticket?
It's like,
I'm not
I don't
drinking,
drink. I'm
but
not
you
in
can
AA.
drink more.
I'm not an AA, I just don't like it. See, if I wasn't married to that guy, I'd be married to one of those. He just doesn't like anything. But he doesn't care if you drink. He doesn't judge people for drinking. But I think people who are with people who don't drink feel judged.
Yeah, most definitely. Most of the time, I don't care personally.
If
but
it's a new thing.
yeah,
Like if you don't know the...
yeah,
I mean, going back to the previous comments from the post, like initially seeing the women, I was like, eh. But then talking to them for 4 minutes, I was like, oh, I kind of like you. So the chemistry kind of grew.
Yeah, so that's not necessarily right that you could do the same thing on an app. I feel like being in person is totally different.
yeah. And I feel like some people are just really bad at texting.
And some people have like RBF, right?
Why'd you look at me like that?
You know why?
I am a great texter. I just have a million things going on in my head. and
Dylan
I'm like,
will
I'll
leave your
just
ass on
respond.
red for months.
I get back to it eventually.
Eventually, when we've all moved away and changed our names.
You never told me about the theme.
I forgot.
I feel like we're going to hear about this on every single podcast.
I'm not gonna.
He likes to bring it up and harp on it.
No, you brought it up. I'm just saying.
But some people have RBF too, you know?
I don't have.
This is like the one time you smiled in the past like 128 hours.
Didn't I laugh earlier? It's like, oh, I didn't think I was going to be able to make you laugh.
See, when you
don't
have
get
to
me.
point out that you laughed earlier.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
He laughed hard earlier, and I was like, wow, that's the first time I've seen you laugh hard in a long time.
Try being funnier.
Wow.
Dylan, we are extremely funny.
Thank you.
Eh. Eh.
I don't know, the way you were laughing earlier, you think I'm pretty damn funny.
I forgot what you said.
I did too. All right, back on subject.
No. Back on the subject of.
Oh, we're done?
So you're going to do it again? Maybe.
When I get money, I'll go back. When I have another $25 to spare, I could use that $25 now.
To fuel your sake addiction.
It's not an addiction.
Rejoin his social groups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you also host D&D. Is that a way to meet people? Can you meet people doing that?
Potentially, if you invite people outside your friend group, or if people in your friend group invite other people.
Does it count if it's virtual?
Yeah, absolutely.
How can you evaluate the chemistry?
Because you're talking.
That's true.
I had a friend from college. He played World of Warcraft at like the highest level of skill. He was a mythic raider. So mythic was like the highest raid difficulty. And so those guys practice constantly. And he ended up meeting this one girl that was in the guild that they raided together, and they were like long distance, never knew each other before this, only through like practicing and like talking through Discord and stuff like that, and then they ended up dating for like a couple years. They may still be together, I can't remember.
I mean, It can happen.
Yeah.
Wow. Any other interesting places that John Tavius can meet women?
You should really take up RuneScape.
Well, let us know. He keeps trying to sell you on. This is a good time to segue into things that infuriate me but probably shouldn't. Who wants to go first?
Corduroy.
Says the guy wearing the corduroy hat.
I don't have to touch it once it's on my head. Well, it's a cool looking hat.
I don't have anything.
That-
Or there's chocolate.
I
It's
have
a
never heard a
damn
bigger
lie.
lie in my
Yeah.
entire life.
Everything infuriates
Oh my
you.
God. Everything. So many things.
Like what?
Lateness. People who sign up for working and don't work. People who are disorganized.
What?
People who lump you into a volunteer.
Yeah. That should infuriate people.
I mean, I feel
I-
like that's three.
I did it to him the other day.
There was
just
only
to-
one.
Just to pick at him.
Lateness is one.
I don't care about other people being late.
Everybody who's always on time cares about other people being late. That's
No.
a big one for me.
I have to be at least 15 minutes early to anything I'm going to, or I am going to have a, anxiety attack.
For real. I'm not 15 minutes early, but I do not like to be late. Like one time when I went to the wrong restaurant for breakfast, you were very understanding. But I was very late, but that was because I'm an idiot and went to the wrong place, not because I'm disrespectful and wanted someone to sit and wait for me like I'm the only person in the world.
If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
I always say cleanliness, is next to godliness, that saying. So is timeliness.
Timeliness.
Be on time.
Okay. That sounds more like you guys' thing than mine.
Maybe we're projecting a little.
So,
Is that a psychological term?
yeah.
I do feel
Yeah, I
like
don't think
things
so.
that are disorganized that people have you show up for bothers you. Like if you show up for something and there's no plan, you don't have your happy face on. Even though we can barely tell the difference between the happy face and the mad face.
I don't really care if other people's thing is disorganized.
But
If my
it-
name is on it, I care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I feel like a lot of the things that we sign up for are group based and your name ends up being on it with a bunch of other people, and so then you have to pull more than your weight. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but you said nothing, and it's just not true. What's one for you, Dylan?
What was the question again?
Things that upset you a lot that make you angry but shouldn't probably make you as angry as they do?
I'm going to be really honest with you. I am a very cool guy. It takes a lot to get me mad and bothered. So I'm going to have to think on that one. I'm going to have to think on that.
When was the last time you got real mad?
Why does he get to be like that and I can't be like that? Everything.
Because it's obvious. We know what bothers you.
You don't. I am cool and collected. I'm indifferent
You're
most
very
of the time.
patient, for sure. But you can't say nothing bothers you. That's very finite. That's very black and white. And there's the gray area.
Most things don't bother me. Do you remember when
Most things.
you got mad when we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh?
Okay. That
Oh, Jesus.
pissed
If we're
me
talking
off.
about Yu-Gi-Oh,
Now,
okay.
that shouldn't
Playing-
have infuriated you.
Yes, playing Yu-Gi-Oh with John Tavius is the most rage-inducing thing I've ever gone through, and I was legitimately mad, and I have not picked up Yu-Gi-Oh since, and I will never pick up Yu-Gi-Oh ever again. He
Also,
ruined it
you're an
for me.
adult, so it's probably time, but sure.
Didn't do anything.
He ruined it for me.
We were 5 minutes in.
I was so close to finally beating his ass, and I got all these monsters out, and then he just ruins it. Just ruins it. I was. Yeah.
He's getting a little mad right now.
I'm fucking pissed.
Look how happy he is that you're
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
So if we talk about things that make you happy, you had a list earlier, and one is when Dylan gets really mad about Yu-Gi-Oh.
It wasn't.
You
I'm not
brought
happy.
you talked about this earlier?
No.
No, he gave us a list in text, but you didn't see it because it was in a text.
I
Did
gave
you
him a
really?
list.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
I think she's messing with both of them.
No, you said that there was only 3 things that actually make you happy, and food was on the list.
Yeah,
Are you
food.
talking about sake, ice cream, and women?
Yeah.
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 In a text message. Was it our private text?
No, I saw that text
He
message,
saw that
but
text.
me getting angry was not in that message.
No, but it is now. We can add it to
I
the
get
list.
what you're saying
Oh my
now.
God.
I'm tracking. I'm in there.
It was a little weird.
Yeah, that was a.
Seeing Dylan upset doesn't make me happy. I just thought it was funny.
Funny.
You were.
Happy and funny is the same thing.
It's not.
It's a form of
He's
happiness.
so contrary.
What?
Does being
I
on
mean,
this
I am.
podcast make you happy?
Honestly, I was expecting that answer. It's not even a shock. He really does enjoy being here, though, or otherwise he wouldn't.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Be phoning in.
He puts up a front. He wouldn't even phone it in. He wouldn't answer.
Just ghosts.
He'd be sitting at home playing Monster Hunter.
It's been a minute.
Well, hopefully we'll have fun playing D&D virtually.
Yep.
I hope you know we have absolutely no clue what to do.
That's perfect.
Great.
Just be creative.
Ooh. Okay. Can
you
Jeff and
already-
I just be on a team?
Did you already make characters?
No, he's gonna
You
send.
need to go to D&D Beyond.
Yeah. I believe
make
I was
characters.
provided instructions, and I was waiting until sort of the end as the work week winds down, and I have some time to
Mm-hmm.
sit, think about it.
Right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Excuses.
I know. I fell asleep at 7:30 the day I got home from my work trip. I was so tired. So yeah, it is an excuse, but it's valid.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
Mm-mm. So you got a Reddit post for us?
I don't.
I could have sworn you did. Oh, that's just AI
Yeah,
giving us ideas.
fun things that we can talk about.
What's another one?
Awkward encounters. Maybe this one.
Yeah, this is pretty awkward.
My worst job ever. We kind of did that one.
Mm-hmm.
Respiratory therapist.
The
It
weirdest.
wasn't the worst.
Weirdest things
Taco
I've seen
Bell
on
was
the
the worst.
internet. Adulting fails. I feel like this kind of counts as one.
Ooh, let's hear it.
I was under the assumption that license plates automatically renewed for you.
Oh my god.
That is not the case if you're unsure about that.
Did yours expire for personal or business?
Personal. The business is handled, through the office, so like I don't have to keep up with that. But yeah, drove our camper all the way out to Colorado and back with expired tags.
I can't believe.
And we made it.
I can't believe you didn't get pulled over. That's amazing.
Yeah. We even went on the toll road in Kansas where they take a picture of your license plate, and they got it back to us. So
That's a pretty good bail.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
you
so.
can renew it in the mail, but you do have to do something.
Yeah, see,
I
we didn't
mean-
even do something. We just did nothing. But I mean, they they got their money out of it.
Was it because it was the camper? Like that you didn't know you had to renew the camper, or you have never renewed your car before?
Well, up until last year, we didn't own a car personally. So like, in the camper, I knew at some point because we've had the camper for like 4 years, but it's just once a year, so I just forgot. I didn't think about it.
Didn't have a card. Man. We've had different lives.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Any adulting fails?
Nothing's coming to mind.
I believe that about you.
What?
Pretty together, that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on top of it all.
Reads instructions.
Yeah,
Follows plans.
remembers everything.
Shows up on time.
I don't remember this. Something's happened. It was hilarious. But it's not coming to my mind.
Maybe he blocked it out because it's so traumatic. For our viewers at home, if you remember, a couple episodes ago we did the opening for Temu, and I took this Seductive Granny t-shirt home, and I have worn that shirt a lot. It is a very comfortable shirt. It's been my favorite sleep shirt. I do wear it around the house. The there was one point where Gideon was in the backyard screaming.
That's an animal.
Mm-hmm. That's
Okay.
their sweet
not
baby
a
boy.
person.
Yeah, Kim Mance. Screaming at our neighbors. And I almost ran out there to pick him up because her and her friends were hanging out in the backyard having a little get together. But then I stopped myself because I did not want my neighbor to see me wearing that shirt and all of her friends. Especially being the new people on the block. I don't want them to be like, wow, those people are weird. I mean, we are weird, but I don't want them to know, at least this soon.
Should have done it.
Could you?
I got this shirt while filming a podcast with my friends. Speaking of my friends, you should meet one of them.
Yeah. John Tavius. John Tavius likes our neighbor.
I've actually never seen what she looks like. I'm just assuming.
Oh, I thought you saw.
Nah, I saw like her blonde hair, and that was it. I don't
I
know
don't
what her
think
That's
picture.
all it takes.
I don't even think she has blonde hair.
I saw a blue shirt. I think I saw blonde.
She might be blonde. I don't know. I can't remember.
Smart. That's the right answer.
I'm dead serious.
Even if it wasn't, that's the right answer.
cannot
I have
tell
no
you.
idea what the girl neighbor looks like who might be single. Not a clue. Wise.
You should. I have an idea. You can come over and hang out, but you knock on the wrong door on accident. Be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought this was Dylan's house. It's actually over there."
Oh, I see the truck now. My bad.
Yeah.
I was blinded by your beauty.
There you go.
Skip the last part. My bad. I'm John Tavius.
Dylan's friend.
Nice to accidentally meet you.
Yeah. That might be a better route for real if you're going to accidentally knock on somebody's door.
You need to not have a truck there one day,
Yeah.
and we'll do it.
Okay.
Or park it in the street right between the driveways so it's not clear which house you're parked at.
Genius.
See, I contribute.
Look at that.
It takes a village.
Yeah.
Or you could come to the food bank.
3 years from now, John Tavius and I are going to be neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 years. I don't know. Sometimes as you
I
get
was
older.
giving him some leeway, a window.
Do you feel like when you know though? Like, do you know right away pretty much?
Yeah, I know when I don't like people for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. You don't really have to drag it out at this age.
Look at that. We're in there then.
Yeah.
He's already made up his mind about us.
Yep, that's right. Maybe not me all the way, but you for sure.
Yeah, I've been here longer. What's it called? Help me out. I got tenure.
Tenure.
Yeah.
Means he can't get rid of you no matter how ridiculous you act.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't give him tenure. He's assuming he has it.
I do. I'm invincible.
I don't know. Do you think of an adulting fail?
No, you guys have been distracting me.
Well, we're going to move on.
We are. Dumbest arguments I've ever had? Bad advice?
Unsolved mysteries. Okay, so I think it actually has been solved recently, but I found out about this like 6 years ago. There's this guy named Forrest Fenn. He buried treasure somewhere out west. I believe it's somewhere in Colorado in the Rocky Mountains.
Is that why you went there with your expired camper?
No, because I had already known at this point that it had supposedly been found. Anyways, he left a series of clues, and when we originally found out about it, we were legitimately wanting to go out there and hunt this treasure, and that would be like a dream come true. If I could go out there and like take a couple months and like hunt treasure, because I know I'd find it. I know I would find it.
That show is really fun to watch, especially when
What show?
Unsolved Mysteries.
I haven't seen it. We don't have cable.
Always do this. It's not because you don't have cable. It's because you're not old enough to have watched it. It's a good show. I think they stream it now, but
Gotcha.
it's about that, and they had like this kind of cheesy like 90s creepy music at the beginning of it, and then they would tell a story about an unsolved mystery. Sometimes it was like about a ship that sank. Like, it wasn't always, it's not like now where everything's kind of true crime. Not that I'm knocking it. I watch a lot of true crime, but yeah, it was pretty interesting show. And then it kind of makes you like want to go alien hunting too, like in all those places out west.
I really want to go to Oak Island. Y'all seen anything about that? There's a TV show about that. It's these brothers that purchased this island, or most of it at least, up off the coast of Canada, that supposedly Templars buried treasure there.
Oh,
and like
cool.
it's really cool. They haven't really found anything except for like a couple of small pieces of like wood and shit like that, but still, it's pretty neat.
Have you guys seen Fargo?
Nope.
First season.
But there's a movie before the show.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the movie, one of the guys buries a bunch of money along a random fence in North Dakota, and some lady actually like went looking for that money. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's fun folklore if it's not, because you can just imagine some person thinking that that movie is real and
going hunting for the money.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a pretty good movie. The show's kind of loosely based. It's like Coen Brothers.
There's also a book. I can't remember the name of the book, but this author had wrote these riddles and had an artist draw like pictures depicting the riddles, trying to guide you on where the treasure is buried. He's buried like these gems in like different cities, and like half of them have been found. There's still like half of them out there.
That would be really fun.
That would be really fun. And like the people that have, the ones that have been discovered, once they're discovered, the riddles and the pictures make total sense. Like, I think there's one, the one in St. Augustine, I think is still hidden.
There's one in St. Augustine.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go there.
I wish I could remember the name of the book so I could get the book. Because that would be so cool. And if I remember correctly, they're like real gems.
Maybe AI knows.
The Secret, that's it.
The Secret. A Treasure Hunt by Byron Price, Sean Kelly, and Ted Mann. Yeah, Jeff hasn't been to St. Augustine before. We used to go on trips like in school.
I love St. Augustine. There's a shrimp restaurant in St. Augustine called Osteen's. It's the best fried shrimp you'll ever have in your entire life.
Have you ever been? Ooh, group trip.
Group
we could
trip.
go look for the gem.
Group trip. We could go for a long weekend, hunt gems, eat shrimp. Ghost tours are really good in St. Augustine too.
Yeah. Have you done a ghost tour before?
Bro, you're missing out. We
did one in Savannah.
We did a drunk, like a bar crawl, ghost tour bar crawl in Savannah. That was fun.
It's just not suitable for children, those ghost tours. They were like, this is where the guy impaled himself on this pointy fence.
Yeah.
Here, look at where they died.
Yeah.
And it's all real, and you're just I'm glad I didn't bring a child. They tell you not to. It's also really late. Like, you have to wait till dark in the summer. It's a lot for old people to stay up that late and then have something to do after. Like, now it's dark, now we have to go.
This is a terrible ghost tour if it's not dark outside.
I think that there needs to be a group trip. St. Augustine, book it.
That'd be fun. Real fun.
Worst podcast ideas. I think that's the Reddit we need to read.
I think that one's going to be a little offensive to us. I'm kidding.
A lot of people, bathroom stalls with strangers.
What the fuck?
Worst podcast ideas.
Okay. Yeah. No.
A show where the hosts of an old retired podcast record a commentary track directly over their old episodes. I feel like that would be funny.
That would be funny.
If you were famous.
Yeah.
So we'll do it.
Yeah.
Although we can't become famous until you park your car in the middle and you knock on the door because you don't want her to learn about this and know.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. A discussion of last week's weather.
So last week there wasn't any severe weather last week, was there?
There was the other day.
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
It says we shouldn't talk about. These are things we shouldn't talk about. And then there's an ad for prioritizing your mental health. Clearly, we should consider that.
Nah.
One person with a nasal voice and too much spit talking about their love of saltines and the other toppings they put on saltines.
Ketchup on saltines is really good.
I mean, I ate a bunch of saltines today.
Peanut butter on saltines is really good. Saltines by themselves are really good.
I'll take that.
Making fake advertisements for the parts that you skip. Sometimes my show does this when there's a product we love. I'm not sure I understand that. All you do is discuss other people's podcasts?
We should make a podcast reviewing podcasts.
I know what we should do. Have y'all seen those reels on like Facebook where these people are reacting to videos, but they're literally just watching the video, not saying anything or doing anything? It's just their face in the corner while somebody else's video is playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We should do that with podcasts. We just play somebody else's podcast and we just sit here and watch it.
Are we recording? Is it video or audio?
Both.
A podcast about the behind the scenes making of a podcast that reads through a Reddit post asking for the worst podcast ideas. We just did that
Holy shit.
right now.
Wow. They called us out.
Yeah. Because I bet you they know that people are going to read this on a podcast.
Yeah. What was that last one? That's a big one.
It is. A few years ago, I legitimately considered creating a podcast where I would spend 10 hours listening to one of those 10-hour-long meme videos on YouTube in full, and then talking about the weird places my mind went during the 10-hour period. I was going to call it the 10-week, 10-hour, 10-cast.
Wow. Why would you want to do that to yourself?
I actually started this. I spent one of my work shifts listening to Amazing Horse 10 hours, but halfway through my shift, the phone started losing signal and I couldn't get to start back up, and I'm already bored with the third paragraph.
Terrible idea. That's the winner, honestly.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
I'd much rather have a podcast with somebody in a random bathroom stall than
A staring contest.
What do you do? 3, 2, 1, go.
That's good.
I blinked already. I couldn't handle it.
What wasn't I guess, yeah. Had to remember the rules of
Yeah, if you blink, you're out.
a podcast where the host talks about how awesome they believe they are.
Like
Ooh.
that exists.
Yeah. John Tavius does it all the time.
I feel like this is a pretty not self-indulged group. We just like to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
None of us really
Yeah.
like attention. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really like attention that much. But this is fun. I won't speak for you. Maybe you secretly like attention.
Nah.
I do well with attention.
Yeah. I would say that he does.
Yeah.
But it's good for you in the business that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, it's been real.
It's been somewhat fun.
Apparently, yes, somewhat.
Somewhat.
He's meh about the podcast.
He wouldn't say it's been real fun.
That's not a no.
Why are you
Yeah.
speaking for me?
No, well, you already said that earlier.
Yeah.
Just repeating what you said.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Reiteration.
remember. Okay.
Enunciation.
Enunciation.
We've covered
Reiteration.
all the things, all the Asians.
Yeah.
We'll see you later, Podcast Nation.
Wow.
Lame.
Don't forget to not mind your business.
Or do.
Or do. Or don't. Whatever you want to do, honestly. Just let us know what you end up doing because we can't mind ours.